Welcome to the Western Pennsylvania Outdoor Guide. On today's program, we'll discuss some wintertime tree identification tips and also some cold weather fishing techniques. But first, we'll do some fishing for the future. A fishing time machine, you ask? Not quite. We'll find out all about it right after these messages.
If you like to watch outdoor shows, then check out the Western Pennsylvania Outdoor Guide every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. right here on WBGN television. We spotlight seasonal outdoor activities in our own backyard, from turtle hunting to fishing to preparing wild game recipes and much more. Tune in and find out why this award-winning series has so much to offer. That's the Western Pennsylvania Outdoor Guide, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on WBGN television. At Tony Romano's Affordable Karate and Weight Training Center, you could learn to be your best. Offering children and adult classes, group or private lessons from former heavyweight champion, 5th degree black belt master Tony Romano. Plus a complete weight training facility located at 1080 3rd Street in North Versailles, just off US Route 30. Call 412-829-1609 for our introductory special.
Learn to be your best.
You're a duck hunter, and duck hunters know you have to go to the ducks. An express boat can get you there, whether it's down the river, across the lake, or through the timber. With its durable, all-welded aluminum hull and plenty of room for your decoys, guns, and other gear, you can depend on your express boat to take you to the ducks.
If excitement is what floats your boat, then check out the 2001 Lund models at Bob Warren Boat Sales. You'll make a splash with your friends and family with a new Lund boat from Bob Warren Boat Sales. We service most major boats, motors, and trailers. For boat show pricing on Lunds year-round, come to Bob Warren Boat Sales, Route 38 Butler. Call 724-285-5503. Simply the best.
The organization is called Family Ties, a high school fishing club where the teachers and the students gain respect and admiration for the outdoors. Our how-to man, Pete Maltese, visited one of the classroom sessions that the group holds between their fishing trips. Teachers Paul Hines and Chuck McKinney explain why they fish for the future on this week's segment of Pete's Corner.
Hi, I'm Peter Maltese and welcome to another segment of Pete's Corner. Today we're at Baldwin High School. We're going to take a look at the kids learning how to tie flies, and to show us how to do that is Paul Hines. Paul, it's nice meeting you.
Nice to
and tell
meet
me
you,
what we're
Pete.
going to see in the room with the kids.
You're going to see a lot of activity. A lot of adults who have come in to volunteer their time tonight to teach the kids everything they know about tying flies, fishing, tying knots, casting. We've got a number of kids from different high schools in here tonight and some very, very knowledgeable fly fishermen from the area.
How long have you been doing this with the kids?
Oh, it's got to be at least 15 years old now. Our program through Family Ties is fairly new. It's a couple of years old as a nonprofit organization, and frankly, we were very excited about that opportunity and that move.
Has this spread to other schools, or is it just locally here?
No, it's beginning to spread. There are a number of high schools in our area that are involved, and I think now some interest in the North Hills area, West Mifflin, Upper St. Clair, Mount Lebanon, Baldwin, and on and on.
Boy, this would be a great thing to get to the other schools, because when I was a kid, they never had this in school. I would love this.
Yeah, it's a part of our long-term plan and goals for our program. I think we are now looking at a statewide program and working in conjunction with the Fish Commission to establish a campsite in the Penn State area. And this program now builds into that kind of a long-range building program.
Boy, that's great. You not only tie flies here, they take them out and they actually use them in the streams to tie the flies that they tie here.
They do even more than that. They actually build the fly rods here.
They do.
Learn how to tie the knots, learn how to tie the flies, and then learn how to fish. And it's exciting to watch these kids as they have taken all of this equipment and fly tying materials and put it together into a nice little package and go out and catch some fish.
I'm getting excited just talking about it. You know, what really happens is the kids teach their parents how to do this also.
You know, it's a great situation. We have teachers, people who learn, and then people who learn that teach. And it's passed on from generation to generation, kids to adults, adults to kids, men to women, women to kids.
Well, that's really interesting. I'm really excited about that because there isn't a program like this that I know of anywhere.
Well, I don't know if it's unique, but it's exciting. It's fun.
And it's catching on.
It is catching on. It is building.
And the school stands behind you doing this?
And they've been very, very cooperative. And I think they understand this is the right thing to do with kids.
Well, say another school wanted to get involved in a program like this. Can they get in touch with you?
Oh, definitely. And that's the purpose of our Family Ties organization. It becomes an umbrella group that takes in all of our new interests, new members, new clubs, and we provide the curriculum, the expertise, and the materials.
Try not to get too close to your eye. Don't crowd your eye.
Yeah, good point. Wrap it up close, but not right next to the eye, and then tie it off.
A lot of times I even do this. I wrap it over and think of
Well, tie it off. All you do is wrap your thread, hold this up in the air, wrap this around.
Couple of times, 3 times.
3 times is all you need.
Everybody's on common grounds here. You know, we've got football players who will go down to the weight room and lift 300 pounds, and we've got kids here probably who have never seen a weight room. But in this room, it doesn't matter. Everybody's the same. Everybody's sharing information. We've got men here who have years and years and years of expertise that they're sharing with these kids. And the great thing is that once they're taught, they go on and teach other kids. And that's really the magic to the program, because there's nothing more powerful than kids who are teaching other kids positive things to do with their life.
Tonight we're going to have I think our 3rd fly tying class, and we've just completed about an 8 or 9 week rod building class where the kids came every Wednesday night, kids from St. Clair, Mount Lebanon, Baldwin High School, West Mifflin, and 1 kid from South Park, another from Thomas Jefferson. So they have completed building an 8-foot, 5-weight fly rod. Now, to prepare for our extended fishing season, where we're going to have our first trip in mid-March all the way through mid-June, that's our fishing season, the kids are now learning to tie flies. They're learning to tie knots. Tonight, we're even going to have a casting session in the gymnasium.
Yeah, but like I said, I never dreamed that we would come back to the classroom, you know.
Well, how about the fact that these kids want to be here? They want to come back to school.
You know, it's just like any other activity that you have. You have football, they come back. You have basketball, they come back. You have
and this is in an evening. This is 7:30 at night.
Yeah.
And a group of kids come back to Baldwin High School, and they're not all from Baldwin High School.
This is going to be fun.
This is an important part because all of that learning now has to be transferred and put that fly over a fish. Because it can be very frustrating to be on that stream and see a trout feeding and you don't know how to cast.
Paul, thanks a lot for showing us all this. I'm very pleased and happy to meet you and to come to this outstanding classes. I was very, very impressed with this.
Next up, we'll learn some important wintertime tree identification tips.
In business, image is important. First impressions do make a difference. If your business has a cleaning problem, look to the professionals at Ingram's Cleaning Service. Since 1979, Ingram's Cleaning Service offers customized, consistent quality cleaning services for all types of businesses. Our business is to maintain the image of your business. We offer periodical cleaning schedules, professional workers and supervisors, and of course, follow-up inspections. In business, customer service is important. Ingram's Cleaning Service can be a silent partner in maintaining your image as a high-quality company. For more information, call area code 412-751-7469.
We make it our business to help our customers maintain a positive, professional image. If you have a cleaning problem, we are the solution.
The Turtle Tube Sea Anchor is the only self-collapsing, self-contained sea anchor that is guaranteed not to dry rot or mildew, even when stored wet. All safety-conscious boaters know the benefits of a sea anchor, so check out the Turtle Tube Sea Anchor today. For more information, write to the Turtle Tube Sea Anchor Company at P.O. Box 125, Turtle Creek, Pennsylvania 15145, or call 412-734-1758.
If you're looking for a fishing boat, look no farther. From tournament bass boats to fish and ski boats, we've got them, all powered by Mercury Outboards. Boat Fish Fun Shop, located in Mount Pleasant, specializes in Triton, Ranger, Stroker, and Monarch boats, powered by Mercury and driven by you. Boat Fish Fun Shop is a full-service Mercury dealer with computer hookup to Mercury Parts Department for all Mercury, Mariner, and Mercruiser engines. Our factory-certified technicians offer complete service. Stop in to see us in Mount Pleasant or call 724-547-9499.
Tree identification could be relatively easy in the summertime. But what do you do after the leaves have fallen? This week, we caught up with Bill Kraus at the Ellsworth Sportsman's Club in Washington County. Bill is a lifelong outdoorsman who shares some of his knowledge of the trees of western Pennsylvania.
Okay, my name is Bill Kraus, and we're here at the Ellsworth Sportsman's Club today, and today we're going to identify some trees for the outdoorsman. But this here is a yellow poplar, a tall poplar, goes in the woods wild. It's a real good feed tree for grouse and turkey and bird habitat. Here on the left here is a real common species that most people know. It's a wild cherry tree. It does produce a choke cherry fruit on the clusters. That's also a real good feed for turkeys and grouse and ringneck and the bird family. Deer will also graze on this, but it's not an attractive feed for them. But they will survive on it. Along the edge here is what we call sumac. There's small sparses of it growing here. Now this is a real good bird feed also. It gets a long orangish red clusters on it at the top, and that's the fruit of it, and it is also a good bird feed. And in the wintertime, it's real hard to identify trees. You have to look at the bark characteristics and the twig characteristics of them to determine what species they are, which in a good woodsman or a good hunter, should know a background about the species of trees in the woods, so he knows where the game is going to be feeding. Another real common species out here is a black walnut. Most people are familiar with that. We've got two small ones on the property growing. Black walnut is one of the most vital, one of the best things for squirrels. They depend on it a lot for winter feed. They gather the walnuts in the fall of the year, and then they hide them so they have winter feed all year. If it wasn't for a lot of the butternut trees and the walnut trees, we wouldn't have a very good squirrel population at all. One way to tell a walnut tree, and the leaves grow out and they're across from each other, and they're almost like a shrunk cherry leaf, if you're familiar with a wild cherry leaf. They grow side by side. But again, in the wintertime, it's real hard to identify trees. You have to go by the twigs and the bark. And that's a young walnut tree. The older walnut, as it gets older, the trunk will get darker. The wood is real popular for making gun stocks and that type of thing, and furniture. It's not used as a construction lumber or anything like that. And this is a real valuable tree. Is a sweet or called a tame cherry. Man can consume them or can eat them. And how to tell, they're real dark and black, and they got the real flaky type bark. The tree almost appears to a lot of people like it's dead, but it's really not. It just got that appearance to people. And this is a real valuable tree. The birds feed on this extent. They'll wait till the fruit even ripens. They won't touch it, and then as soon as that fruit ripens, within days they'll have them cleaned up. You can say, and that's called a sweet cherry or a tame cherry. Right here is something we've been noticing in the woods is the grapevines, and a lot of hunters, if you're a grouse hunter, that's real valuable to you to know where this stuff is infested the woods with it. That's where your grouse is going to be located. It's a grapevine, and the grouse feed off of the grapes it produces, and so does the turkey feed off of it. And there's a lot of it in the woods in Pennsylvania, especially. It produces a lot. It's a real common feed for grouse and the turkey. This next tree here is a large white oak, and one of the most common trees that the hunter in the woods wants to get familiar with is his oak trees, and we're going to try to explain that a little bit today. The white oak has a flat surface on the bark, and the ridges, you see no color inside of the ridges at all. Just got that flat bark. Good shot at the tree up above to show you that flat surface up there is halfway up to it, and as it gets up further it shows it more distinctively. One thing you want to remember about a white oak, it's the acorn that the deer like the most. As the acorns start falling in the woods, if you're a hunter and you see a grove of white oak versus a black oak or red oak, I advise you to get by the white oak, because that's what the deer is going to go after first. And the reason that is because it's a sweeter acorn. Now this is called a black oak, and how to tell that a lot is it's darker, and in the inner bark here, as you see, it's got an orangey coloring to it, and that's a real good way to tell in the winter time the difference between a black oak and a red oak versus a white oak. The black oak or the red oak has a long running block. These are square and shorter blocks, and they're flat. The surface is flat on them. A little bit lighter in color. This tree here is a sassafras tree. It's got nice valleys in it and rolling valleys in it. It's a very mature sassafras tree. It's not what most people use as seeing. They do see them growing in small sparses along the road or on the edge of fields and that, but that's a real large species of a sassafras.
After the break, we'll discuss some wintertime fishing techniques. Stay with us.
Enjoy your time on the water. Whether you're boating, riding your personal watercraft, swimming, fishing, or just relaxing in the sun, an Easy Dock floating dock will enhance your time on the water. The Easy Dock system has it all: rugged, adaptable, reliable, and safe. Constructed with heavy-duty polyethylene, the docks have excellent load capacity with virtually unlimited layout flexibility. Docks, PWC lifts, boat lifts, plus a variety of anchoring systems and accessories make Easy Dock the selection for your dock. For private, commercial, and public use, the Easy Dock system is a simple, low-maintenance, versatile design that provides years of convenient, durable use. The EasyPort Personal Watercraft Lift is a simple drive-on, push-off. EasyPort moves with changing water levels and helps protect the craft from damage caused by wind or wave action. Even beginning PWC operators will find boarding and launching a breeze.
If you're looking for a portable, economical boat to fish those hard-to-reach places, then check out the Bass Baby. Molded from impact-resistant polyethylene and conveniently designed to fit into a full-size pickup truck, the Bass Baby is one of the easiest boats to maneuver in and out of the water. To find out more about the Bass Baby, visit the Carry Company at 3003 Wildwood Sample Road in Allison Park, or call 412-486-3388, or check out our website at www.carrydocks.com. If you like to watch outdoor shows, then check out the Western Pennsylvania Outdoor Guide every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. right here on WBGN Television. We spotlight seasonal outdoor activities in our own backyard, from turtle hunting to fishing to preparing wild game recipes and much more. Tune in and find out why this award-winning series has so much to offer. That's the Western Pennsylvania Outdoor Guide, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on WBGN Television.
This week's fishing segment takes us to 5 different locations throughout Western Pennsylvania. Our fishing enthusiast, Fred Wpog, and guests explain topics such as marking drop-offs, drift fishing, using noodle rods, ice fishing, and riverbank fishing. With the opening day of trout season just around the corner, we thought you might like to review some of these fishing techniques on The Water with Fred.
Hi, I'm Fred Wpog. Today we're at Lake Wilhelm with Darrell Black. As you can see, we're throwing markers out, and we're marking a drop-off of a weed bed and the old creek bed.
This time of year in late October and into early November, the largemouth bass have dropped back to the creek channels in these small impoundments, and what we're going to be looking for is the edge of that creek channel. During the summer, they might have been spread out on the flats into the weeds and stuff. The weeds have died off, and they're dropping back along any wood we can find along creek channels, particularly in bends. And we have a decent depth finder of some sort, a liquid crystal. Or there we go. There's a creek channel right there. We're doing some fish marking on it here, and we'll toss the marker out on that edge. That's the one turn. We're going to go down here further into the inside, turn a little bit further and mark it, and then we can fish between a couple of markers here.
This is the area that we'll fish along, and what we'll be using is a jig and a pig. And as you can see, we're not casting long distances or anything. Sometimes we're even vertical jigging. Here we're at Lake Arthur in Butler County, and Pete and I found that the lake was mighty, mighty windy today. So what we done was we're drift fishing, but we're using a turtle tube. By using a turtle tube, we can vertical jig right down through the old creek bed here. We drifted along the road bed, and now on this particular drift, we're coming right down along through the creek bed. By vertical jigging, we're using head breakers, and we're using minnows.
I just like being out.
I was going to say 90% of the fight is just being here.
When you come out this time of year, you got the lake all by yourself. Look, there isn't another boat around, and that's unusual for Marine State Park.
Yeah. You have all the solitude that you could ever want for it. It's just nice to see nature, you know, and it's another stage of it.
Yeah.
We see it. That's what's so great about Pennsylvania. We have all the seasons, and you can enjoy each one of them. You can see all these trees up here. They look dark and black now, and all of a sudden spring comes along and you see the green shoots starting on them. It's just a thrill to be out and see how beautiful nature can really be. Bob Johns is showing us the noodle rod. This noodle rod is an altogether different way of fishing. It has a unique fashion of its own. We're here at Lake Erie. We're fishing for steelhead.
What we're going to do is I'm going to lob this out. One of the advantages of a rod of this nature is that it can throw a very light bait a long way. But what you have to do is you have to actually lob it. So I'll take it with two hands, get it back, and then come forward.
Here we are at Twin Lakes in Westmoreland County. The ice is plenty thick enough and just as slippery as ice could ever be. We're on the upper lake, right?
Yeah, this is the upper lake.
Why'd we come to the upper lake, Joe?
Well, Twin Lakes has their own little fishing club, and they stocked this thing this past week, and they put beautiful trout in here. Those guys do a heck of a job.
Yeah, most of them fishing clubs.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
they do. And the state does okay. They stocked, I think, 2,500 in here for the fishing season, but they were the average size fish.
Sure.
But my God, the fish that that club put in here, boy, there's some
real monsters.
You better believe it. Yeah,
great,
real nice.
Great. Yeah, that gives you a little extra incentive.
Oh, absolutely.
To think that you can pull anything out of here,
That's right. And they've been, the guys that have been fishing here, the local people, boy, they've been really working them over. right up in this breast area here. And the odd thing about it is those fish are suspended. Usually when I go for trout, I'll get in like 10 to 15 feet of water max, and then I'll fish the bottom. But now I found that these fish are up off of the bottom. Well, we got here, what, 22, 23 feet, and they're running 6, 7 feet deep. So it's really unusual.
Yeah, that is surprising me. Especially this time of the year, they're usually hugging the bottom.
Yeah, definitely.
Here we are shore fishing the Allegheny River at Sharpsburg. We have the McKee twins with us, and we have my grandson Mark with us. As you can see, the river's awful high. It's up into the bushes. So the only way we could possibly fish this was with slip sinkers, and we were dropping back below a slip sinker, a nice fathead. We're using a quick catch rod holder today. We have our bait set out there. You put the rod in this holder, and it's accessible so quick and so easy. And we leave the bail closed, but it's on a free spool. That way, and the way this rod holder is designed, which is pretty unique, if a fish would take off with it, all that would happen is instead of losing a rod, your reel will back wind until you can land a fish. We really enjoy being out in the boat. It's the first time we've been down here this year, so next time we come down, we'll probably bring the boat down. Water's pretty high though, and it's fast. You can see the wood that's caught in the back toe there below the dam. It's really ponding out there. The current's really swift. You have to use a heavy sinker, and something that'll hold in the current. We're just so happy to get out here, and the sun's shining. It's just such a beautiful day out here. And the kids have been penned up and shoveling snow and everything else. I think they're just glad to be out where they can walk around and stretch their legs.
That's our show for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions for future program topics, we'd love to hear them. Write to the Western Pennsylvania Outdoor Guide in care of MWM Productions, Box 596, McKeesport, PA 15134. Or you can call the number on your screen. During business hours, please. On behalf of the entire staff that's worked to bring you this program, I'm John McKee. Thanks for joining us.